Something's very wrong here. I have thoughts and theories. But... Oh! Hey, Nayna, you're looking a little, interesting.
Miss Nayna, do you understand why you have been summoned here today?
Yes, of course. Her Eminence has informed me that this man here suspects I have committed a crime. So this is Nayna. That's quite the hairdo. I wonder what's gonna pop out of that. Though I will say, I suppose I'm not as old as I had thought. If this horn-headed nincompoop would take me for a criminal. Nincompoop? Nayna, you're supposed to be a sweet old lady. Don't make fun of me. Isn't that Rafa's favorite insult? I guess Nayna rubbed off on her. What with all the time they spend together. Oh. So you're the bad parts of Rafa?
You there, young hornhead!
Yes.
You're accusing me of slaying Menacing and channeling his spirit, yes? What an active imagination you have. Young folk are so wonderfully open-minded.
Thanks. Just to take the compliment. Just take the compliment, Justice. Don't read into it.
Now then, will the witness please proceed with our testimony? This court wishes to know if you did or did not channel Menacing in his private quarters.
I'm no spirit medium, Sonny.
I was feeling under the weather yesterday and decided to rest these weary bones. Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly be an honorable spirit medium. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Kurain. After Queen Amara's passing, Her Eminence Queen Garan is the only spirit medium left. If you believe a medium to be the culprit, it would have to be that young lass, Maya Fey.
And there you have it. It seems we have summoned her for nothing. Only those of the royal bloodline have the power of spirit channeling. That a servant such as Nayna could channel spirits is a most amusing jest. On the surface, anyway. But our line of reasoning has led us to this end, that Nayna channeled Inga's spirit.
All right, the defense may now question the witness.
Okay.
I was feeling under the weather yesterday and decided to rest these weary bones.
Hold it! Albie's dog stole your hat when you were in the courtyard yesterday afternoon. Was it after that you decided to take a rest?
I had been feeling unwell all day and had pushed myself too hard. I kept feeling weak and dizzy, and that dirty mongrel only served to worsen my condition.
Well, I sympathize with you, Nayna. You took the whole day off without informing Princess Rafa. She was very worried about you, you know.
How very kind of her benevolence. But she need not concern herself with the welfare of a mere servant such as I.
Except to Rafa, Nayna's not just a mere servant.
To even think a mere commoner could channel spirits or slay a minister was hogwash. Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly be an honorable spirit medium.
Hold it! I hear you are the head servant, isn't that right?
Are you suggesting that my position affords me the ability to channel spirits?
Since you're the head servant to a family of channelers, I'd say it's plausible. If you wanted to, it's not impossible for you to learn through exposure.
I think not, for that goes against the very underpinnings of the kingdom of Kurain. To become a spirit medium requires a noble spirit and rigorous training. But most importantly, one must be a direct descendant of the founder. It is not simply some hobby one can take up in the manner of knitting or gardening.
So commoners could never become a medium, no matter how hard they tried?
That is common knowledge to all who are born and raised here, young hornhead. Hey. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Kurain.
Hold it!
Okay, then, what if you actually have royal blood in your veins, Nayna? Like a distant relative or something?
I am from a line of humble fishermen, all the way back to my grandfather's grandfather. I have never heard talk of royal blood or noble ancestry.
Apollo, if spirit channeling is a secret art passed down from mother to daughter, then even with a royal ancestor, it'd be impossible to learn without the right training.
It is as the barbed one says. It also must be mentioned that this secret art is only taught here in the kingdom of Kurain and your country's Kurain village, I guess.
Why aren't things falling into place like I expected?
I would ask the witness to continue her testimony.
After Queen Amara's passing, Her Eminence Queen Yaran is the only spirit medium left.
Hold it!
Queen Amara was the victim of an assassination, right?
Yes. Oh, she was a beautiful, gentle soul. But she fell in love with a man of dubious origins and was murdered in a terrible place. Fate can be so cruel,
Except that we know that Amara is not dead and might still be spirit channeling around somewhere, maybe even right now. Except she's actually still alive. Poor Nayna's yet another follower, unwittingly praying over an empty sarcophagus. Amara, the queen has been locked away, and her existence in this world erased. But the fact that she's still alive shackles Nayuta to Garan's will. Nayuta, the only reason you're still standing there by that woman's side is because you're afraid of what would happen to Amara otherwise, right?
We need not recount such ancient history. Let us continue with the witness's testimony. If you believe a medium to be the culprit, it would have to be that young lass, Maya Fey.
Hold
it! Miss Fey was being held hostage. She was completely tied up and didn't even know Minister Inga's true name, making it impossible for her to kill or channel him.
But I know nothing of that.
Objection!
Listen, you horned devil. Were you not just insisting that it was Maya Fey who had channeled Minister Inga? My, how quickly you change your tune.
No, I'm just quick on my feet when new information presents itself. I'm so quick to force my biggest smile when times like these demand it. It's great that you're following my advice, Apollo, but try not to look so forced while you do, would you? Nayna's right about one thing, though. Only those of the royal bloodline can be spirit mediums in Kurain. Common folk like us are out of luck. Yeah, I guess so. Still, I think I'll finally be close to connecting all the dots once I point one very big thing out. Okay, so let's look at the court record and figure out which big thing. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Kurain. That seems important. What do we know? Let's see. Pink butterfly pendant.
Hey! She's got a dot on her forehead. There is a dot on her forehead. Does that matter? I'm suspicious of this. Oh, after Queen Amara's passing, and we present the photo of Amara having not passed. That's what we do at this point. Is it this one? Because it has the recent law book. Yeah. One thing at a time.
Okay, so I presented what makes sense in terms of a direct contradiction. But I don't know how to make it make sense in the larger context of this case.
Well, is the defense going to follow up its loud objection with a sound explanation?
Oh, sorry. How do I put this? I believe there's a problem with Nayna's testimony.
Go on.
She asserted that she could not possibly be a spirit medium because, in Kurain, only members of the royal family can learn how to channel spirits.
I fail to see the problem with that statement, defense.
Hold on, I'm getting to it, Your Majesty. Nayna stated an absolute falsehood. Since we know that Amara is still alive. At the same time, circumstantial evidence points to Nayna channeling Inga. After all, just after she entered his private quarters, Inga came running out screaming, despite having been killed at 2 p.m. That would mean that Nayna channeled Inga, even though supposedly only those of the royal family are capable of doing so. I feel like we're getting a mini laser brain here. A micro laser brain. Wait. Is it too late to ask for a refund on my trip down the rabbit hole? Nope, you've fallen, man. Nowhere to go but through. Mr. Wright, you may think I've lost my mind with this bluff, but if I can at least establish the possibility, I think it'll give us the break we need. Wait a sec. Are you gonna propose what I think you are? Yes, it's a huge risk, but I think there's a chance I can prove it. Will the court please take a look at this photo? This photo's very existence, to say nothing of the person in it, contradicts the witness's claim that Queen Garan is the only remaining spirit medium in Kurain. Horned devil, you mustn't! Oh, but I must. Under these circumstances, the outcome of this trial depends on it. But you already knew that, didn't you, Your Eminence?
Will the defense please explain who is shown in the photograph?
I think you should know, Judge.
The person in the photo is the previous queen, Amara Sigatar Kurain. Contrary to popular belief, she was never assassinated. In fact, she's very much alive.
What? But that's nonsense.
Take a good look at the law book in this photo, Your Majesty.
The mark of the dragon branded on it could only have been placed there after Queen Amara's supposed assassination.
Queen Amara's still alive.
Has the lawyer gone mad? While I personally find it hard to believe, I will allow the defense to continue. You may proceed, defense.
Queen Amara's death was staged to keep her safe from her would-be killer. Yet according to Dirk, she's actually being held captive somewhere.
But the real truth is that Queen Amara is not being held in confinement. Rather, she walks freely among us. Here, in this very courtroom today.
But how?
No, hear me out here. Oh, no.
Do not be deceived, your majesty. The red pepper is skilled in weaving plausible lies. It is the cunning, lawyerly art known as bluffing. But knowing this, there is no need to fear his forked tongue.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, prosecutor. Because you'll be quaking in your boots soon enough.
Is that so?
It's my turn, Nayna, to wake you up to the truth right before your eyes. Queen Amara is still very much alive and has been disguising herself as Nayna.
But that's
Confident enough to go right through it. This is the simplest and cleanest explanation for everything we've covered so far. The person who killed Minister Inga. Someone with intimate knowledge of the divination seance. The medium who channeled the minister in order to mask the real time of his death. Condense these traits into one person and you get a spirit medium of royal blood. And that person is none other than you, Nayna. Your true identity is the former Queen Amara and the killer we've been looking for all along.
what?
Have you finally lost your mind, Mr. Justice? What you say is beyond blasphemous, even in the depths of hell.
Oh my, such frightening allegations.
Indeed, and absolutely ludicrous to boot. Her Eminence Queen Amara yet lives, and it's actually Miss Nayna here. You have truly gone off the deep end.
You don't have to take my word for it. Dun-dun-dun. In fact, a certain someone can help me prove it. Your Eminence? If Queen Amara truly is dead, you should be able to channel her spirit right here, right now. Isn't that correct?
I can deny it no longer.
The lawyer speaks the truth. Nayna, the woman who stands here before us, is Amara, the former queen, believed to have perished 23 years ago.
Porconga!
Finally. We finally got Inga's real killer on the stand. Nayna, no. Amara Signature Kurain. Please drop the act and tell us what really happened.
Oh, dearie me. I guess I shouldn't have underestimated the power of youth. Well done, young hornhead.
Huh. Oh. Ah! Wacky inflatable tube man! No! No!
Whoa!
go!
I was getting tired of masquerading as an old woman anyway. It has been far too long since I last greeted you, good people of Kurain. It is I, Amara Sigatar Kurain, your former queen.
Queen Amara.
Lost those beads kind of early. And I thought Garon's makeover was extreme.
Can it really be true? You are alive and well.
It is true. I feel as if I have been called back from the Twilight Realm. I fear I have caused all of you a great deal of distress.
Amara! I'm sorry I was unable to keep your secret any longer. I hope you can forgive me.
It is quite all right, Garon. I am safe now. For Dirk, that blackguard who threatened my life, will be recaptured soon enough. I need not conceal my identity any longer.
Queen Amara, what does it all mean? I'm still catching up to that fact. Were you not killed in that fire 23 years ago?
I barely escaped that blaze with my life. But though I survived, I knew that scoundrel would make further attempts on my life. Therefore, I staged my death and abdicated the throne to my dear younger sister, Garon.
But the building of that great tomb, and disguising yourself as a lowly servant, why would you do such a thing?
Garon, I would have you explain. I wished for her to be close at hand. It was the only way I felt I could protect her. It was the best way to hide her from the eyes of the public. After all, who could conceive of Amara lowering her station to that of a servant?
She's got that right. Even Dirk thought Amara was being held captive in some far-off place. He never even guessed she was living as a servant, right in plain sight.
I must say, a life dedicated to the servitude of others is not the least bit disagreeable. It is a quiet, humble existence, far removed from the tedium of regal duties. Ah, but those days of peace have ended. And it's all because of you, Hornhead.
You should consider yourself lucky if that's all this ends with.
If there's something you wish to say, then say it.
It doesn't matter who you are. You won't escape the crime you committed. The defense moves to indict you as Justice Minister Inga's real killer.
What's this? You would accuse Queen Amara of homicide. A grand priestess of Kurainism. You can't do that. She's virtually a goddess in the eyes of her people.
If you commit the crime, you better be ready to do the time. Learn that in a commercial where there was a rapping dog. Be you a priest, saint, queen, or god.
I've never met such an egalitarian person.
I've never heard egalitarian used as a pejorative. Queen Amara, in your years disguised as Nayna, you would have learned about Minister Inga's disorder. So you knew you could dress in Dirk's clothes to forge a convincing seance vision. Isn't that right?
Oh, what a curious character you are. You would label me a murderer? Me, the one who the people regarded as the reincarnation of the Holy Mother herself?
You may be a grand figure in Kurainism, but as a foreigner, you're just another suspect to me.
It would appear your words are not in jest. Am I to suffer the sullying of my good name with accusations of murder most foul?
please, Queen Amara, forgive his impudence. The lawyer knows not what he speaks.
Fear not, good magistrate, for this is the sacred hall of justice. Though I am a grand priestess on this stand, I am but a witness like any other.
Hugs.
I shall face his accusations with grace and benevolence. When he goes low, I go high.
Your compassion overfloweth your mercifulness.
Oh, young lawyer, in my benevolence, I must warn you that your assertion suffers from a tragic flaw.
Huh? There's a flaw?
Nayuta,
Yes, your mercifulness.
who was present in the tomb when the murder was discovered?
Turk Satmadi, Maya Fey, and the victim, Minister Inga. I see. That is a fatal flaw indeed. It appears Queen Amara couldn't possibly have gone to the tomb as Minister Inga. What? Why not?
Do not keep the defense waiting, Nayuta. Explain how wrong he truly is.
Yes, your mercifulness. Her benevolence, Princess Rafa, saw Minister Inga into the tomb around 2:30 p.m. Yet you, the defense, claim the person she saw was the minister being channeled by Queen Amara. However, if her mercifulness had channeled him and moved to the tomb, then once she was done channeling, Queen Amara would have re-emerged and been left stuck in the tomb. Oh, yeah. Had she tried to exit before you all arrived, Princess Rafa, who had been looking down upon the courtyard, would have seen her. However, her benevolence saw nothing of the sort. In conclusion, Queen Amara could not have left the tomb without being discovered. And yet, was she there in the tomb when the murder was discovered? Defense? No. No, she wasn't.
Now do you see? Your flimsy claim has been uprooted like a sapling in a flood.
Well, that was entertaining. Prosecutor Sadmadi, assume the prosecution of this case and clear your mother's good name.
You wish for me to take over?
Yes, prosecute your father to save your mother. What a poignant fate you bear, but bear it you must. Are you ready?
Yes, Your Eminence.
And there you have it, Your Majesty. I shall watch the rest of the proceedings from the sidelines. I relinquish complete control of this sacred hall to your authority once more.
Well, why, thank you, Your Eminence. It's nice to have a job again. It's been so hard up here on the unemployment bench. Now then, Your Mercifulness, your testimony, if you please.